We are the Student Awards Agency Scotland, commonly known as SAAS. This video will explain the funding available for the next academic session. The funding available may change if you're starting a course in 2021 or later, so you should check our website nearer the time. We are an executive agency of the Scottish Government, and we provide funding to all eligible students studying a course of higher education in the UK. We receive around 180,000 applications from students each year. Where you live is the main way we decide if you're eligible for funding. You must live in the United Kingdom for 3 years immediately before the start of your course. You must also live in Scotland. If you are an EU national starting a course in 2021 or later, you should check saas.gov.uk for updates. If you are not a UK or EU national, you must have settled status in the United Kingdom. The residency eligibility conditions are complicated. If you are in any doubt about your eligibility, you should contact us for advice. Courses we offer funding for are Higher National Certificates, HNCs, Higher National Diplomas, HNDs, Degrees, Nursing and Midwifery Diplomas and Degrees, and PGDEs, a course you can study after your degree that qualifies you to teach. You must be studying full-time to be eligible for funding. Help with your tuition fees is not based on household income. As long as you meet the residence criteria and you haven't studied a course before, you can get help with your tuition fees. If you choose to study in Scotland, we will pay your tuition fees to your college or university if you are eligible. This does not happen automatically. You must apply to us for this every year. If you choose to study elsewhere in the United Kingdom, you will be responsible for your own tuition fees of up to £9,250 per year. You can apply for a student loan to pay them, which is not based on household income. Your fees will be paid for each year of your learner journey. Your learner journey is your progression up to and including the honours year of an undergraduate degree. We can allow one additional year of funding if you need to repeat a year or change course. You can also use this additional year to study the first year of an HND after an HNC or first year of a degree after an HND. If you progress from an HNC onto an HND, you can still get full funding for the HND. If you progress from an HNC onto a degree, you can still get funding for the degree. And finally, if you progress from an HND onto a degree, we usually only fund you from year 2 of your degree. But if you have to start in year 1, you can use the +1 option. We will continue to fund you as long as you continue to progress. You should always contact us about your funding if you're thinking about changing course or need to repeat a year, as you may need to pay your own fees depending on the funding you have already received. Tuition fee funding is not based on your household income, but there is funding available to help you with your living costs, which is based on your household income. Living costs include rent, travel, books, equipment and all other expenses you have while studying. If your gross household income is £34,000 or above, you do not need to give us any income details. If your gross household income is below £34,000, you will need to send evidence of your parents', step-parents', partner, husband or wife's income. This evidence must be for the financial year ending April 2020. If you make money from employment, we do not take this into account when assessing your funding application. However, if you have any unearned income, such as income from property, we will treat this as part of your household income. A young student bursary of up to £2,000 and a student loan of up to £5,750 are available to young students. Most students who leave school and go into higher education will be classed as a young student. If your household income is below £21,000, you will be entitled to the full bursary and full loan. If it is £21,000 or more and less than £34,000, you will be entitled to some bursary and a full loan. You are not entitled to a bursary if your household income is £34,000 or above, but you will still be able to apply for a loan of up to £4,750. It is not mandatory to apply for a student loan, and you do not have to apply for the maximum amount, but we would strongly encourage you to apply for all the funding you require on your initial application where possible to avoid delays later. You do not have to pay back any bursary that you're entitled to, but you must repay your student loan after you graduate. An independent student bursary of £1,000 and a student loan of up to £6,750 are available to independent students. If you are 25 or older, live with a partner or spouse, have a child dependent on you, or have supported yourself financially outside of education for at least 3 years before the start of your course, you will be classed as an independent student. If your household income is below £21,000, you will get the full bursary and full loan. If it is £21,000 or more and less than £34,000, you will get no bursary and some loan. If your household income is £34,000 or above, you will be entitled to apply for a loan of up to £4,750. Any bursary you are entitled to will be paid directly to your bank account monthly. The first instalment of your bursary will be a double payment. This will be paid on the first day of your first term. An award notice detailing when your other payments will be made will be available on your online SAAS account. Your student loan will be paid to you by the Student Loans Company. They will send you a separate letter telling you the payment amounts and dates. You don't start repaying your student loan until the April after you graduate or leave your course. You also have to be earning over £25,000 per year. You do not have to make any repayments to your loan if you are earning under £25,000. You repay 9% of your annual income earned over £25,000, and your employer will take these payments directly from your salary in the same way as you pay tax and national insurance. The interest on a student loan is linked to inflation, so it can vary each year. Here are some examples of repaying your student loan. If you were earning £26,000 per year, you would pay back 9% of £1,000. This would be £7.50 each month. If you were earning £30,000 per year, it would be £37.50 each month. The Student Loans Company will usually cancel any loan plus interest if you have not repaid within 30 years. You can make extra payments or pay it off in full by contacting the Student Loans Company. This is a list of the allied health profession courses. If you are studying one of these courses in Scotland, you can apply for the normal undergraduate funding package. You can also claim placement expenses. The funding for nursing and midwifery courses is different from our standard funding. You still have your tuition fees paid, but you'll be entitled to an NHS bursary of £10,000 per year that you don't have to pay back. Nursing students who have children may be entitled to additional support. You're also eligible to claim placement expenses. This includes additional travel and accommodation costs for any time spent on placement. If you are a care experience student, you are eligible to apply for a non-repayable bursary of £8,100. You can also apply for the Care Experienced Accommodation Grant of up to £105 a week to assist with accommodation costs during the summer holidays. You may be eligible to claim the Care Experienced Student Bursary if you have been looked after by a local authority in the United Kingdom which started before you were 18. The types of care experience we would consider include, but are not limited to, are foster care, kinship care if you have lived with a family member, looked after at home on a compulsory supervision order, and residential care. If you are unsure what type of care you experienced, please contact SAAS. You can apply for the bursary at any age. Disabled Students Allowance is available for any student who has a disability or learning difficulty and has extra expense because you are on a course. If this applies to you, contact your disability advisor at your college or university to start the process of applying for extra funding. There is additional funding for students who are single parents or have an adult dependent. Discretionary funds are also available from your college or university. You should also check with them to see if there are any additional funding available through scholarships or bursaries. Our applications are available in April each year and you apply at saas.gov.uk. You can apply when you receive your offers back from UCAS or college and you have decided on your first choice of course. You do not have to wait for the exam results. You can apply with a conditional offer and easily change your course via your SAAS account if you need to. You should apply for your funding before the 30th of June to ensure it is in place for the start of your course. You will also need to make sure you send any evidence we may need to support your application by this date. Going to college or university can be a very exciting time, but many students do find the transition stressful. Professional and confidential support for your mental health is available within your university or college. You can contact Student or Learner Services or your student association. We also have a dedicated section on our website to provide health and wellbeing support. The Scottish Government has launched the Student Information Scotland website. It has official guidance on further and higher education funding, along with a detailed budget and funding calculator to help balance your finances. You can also find help with aspects of student life, including studying while working, student accommodation, travelling and health and wellbeing. If you have any other queries relating to the services we provide, visit our website. You can also receive regular updates from us by following us on Facebook and Twitter. If you need to contact SAAS, there are a number of ways you can do this. If you have already made an application, you can use the Submit Inquiry button on your online account. We also have a web chat service available on the Contact Us section of our website.